Good morning. I think it's still morning. Good morning to you, Guava. Happy sugar-free Sunday. Uh, I'm back on the road again, reading my labels. I said nothing. 7 days. I'm only eating salad. 7 days. 7 days and beyond. It ain't just 7 days. 7 days and beyond. I don't want nothing else going in my body besides leafy greens and lettuce and water. No diet, nothing. No low cal, nothing. No low carb, nothing. Greens and water. I just wanted to let y'all know that it's always sugar-free Sunday. If you have a little celebration like I did, get back on board. Okay. With that being said, I wanted to talk about something really important. I'm gonna get right into it. How many people you want a homestead but you don't know where to start? How many people want a homestead, but you don't even know where to start? How many people want to purchase some land, but you don't even know where to start? How many people want a homestead, but you scared because you don't know how? How many people want land, but you scared because you don't know how? You don't know where to start. You don't know how to purchase land. You don't know how to look for land. You don't know the first thing about any of it. You want some chickens, but you don't know how to take care of chickens. You want some chickens, but you don't know where to start. Like, what would you do? Like, how do you even start? Where do you get this information from? Who just goes and just gets some chickens, right? I am Janet Alexis says, I want to purchase land. Okay, but you don't know how, right? You want to purchase, I don't know the first thing even kill. Okay. Well, let me see. Okay, so here's the deal. Nobody is going to come and teach you anything. Ain't nobody coming to teach you nothing. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Nobody is coming to teach you absolutely anything. I don't mean to be negative, but if you take it as a negative, that's exactly what it's going to be. I'm telling you right now, nobody is coming to teach you anything, and let's keep it 100. Uh, they're pretty much taking away all of the things that could half-ass teach you in the first place. Before any of this craziness happened, uh, they really weren't pushing education on us as far as anything that has to do with separating yourself from the nonsense, or separating yourself, or starting a homestead, or being an entrepreneur. They didn't even have anything in the first place. Uh, so so here's what's going to happen. You will have to educate yourself on all of this stuff. I'm not going to play games with you and say I got some kind of secret remedy or secret recipe for you. You're going to have to teach yourself everything. Okay? And I'm not even playing. Everything. And you know, I know y'all get sick of my videos every 5 seconds of me showing you, okay, now he just thought of something else to show me. I'm doing it so you can see my real struggle. I'm struggling. I'm struggling to try to put this stuff together, and I want you to see there is a struggle in it. There is some work to be put into it. There is some knowledge and some know-how that you're going to have to figure out on your own, because ain't nobody going to tell you anything. And then you think you're going to get things from YouTube and social media platforms, but the thing is, when people edit a whole bunch of stuff out of a video, that's the stuff that you needed to see, right? See, if I put a video up, people say, Led, we don't like your long video. I do long videos so you see the good, the bad, and the ugly. You don't miss a beat. And I'm here to tell you, if I'm not the first one to tell you, reality takes a long time. If you think you're gonna get how to and figure out everything you need to know in a 3-minute video or a 15-second short video, you're not. You're gonna see them start and you're going to see the finish. You're not going to see the meat and potatoes in no 15-second video. You're not. You're not going to see the meat and potatoes in a 1-minute video. You're not going to see it. You're going to see every great point of that journey for that content creator. You're going to see only the good stuff because you got 1 minute to show somebody how successful you were. That's all you get. You won't get to see the downfalls, the wrong tools, the wrong size, the lies that the manufacturer told you. You won't get a chance to see any of that. So you going to watch a TikTok video or you going to watch a short video, and then you think you're going to go out there and have this done in the next 30 seconds to you think you're going to have this done in the next 30 seconds to 30 minutes. And that's not how it works. So I'm here to tell you, you can't rely on social media to really tell you anything right now, because you got to look at it like this. Now, see, maybe 5-10 years ago you could, but right now, everybody, they're not interested in teaching you the reality or showing you the reality. They're interested in views and clicks. They say you have only 3 seconds to get someone's attention. Okay, who is this? What is this? Because my screen is darkening up from the sun. Let me see. Chanel, you have 3 seconds to get someone's attention. And I'm going to tell you something about that. You have 3 seconds to get people with ADD's attention. You understand me? And they do say that, and that is true. But here's the problem. I'm not talking to people with a low attention deficit. I'm not talking to you. You know what I'm saying? If you have a very low attention span, where, ooh, a squirrel, ooh, a nut. If you're that person, I'm not talking to you at all, because you're not interested in learning the meat and potatoes of how to do certain things. And frankly, the people with those attention disorder deficits like that, and you're trying to learn how to do something dangerous like drive a tractor, let me tell you something about this. You're going to get hurt or worse. If you only think you're going to learn how to drive and maintain this tractor in 30-second, 15-second videos, you are guaranteed to get hurt. You know something? I parked this tractor right here because the more videos I watch on tractors, they want to see the good stuff and the fun stuff that you can do with a tractor, right? Here's the part that you ain't gonna go click on no 30-second video on how this thing will kill you to death. Go click on those. And if you got a low attention span, you're not gonna pay attention to how many different ways that this thing is just sitting here and can't wait to fold you over like a soft shell taco. So I've been paying more attention to those longer videos on how you would get hurt on a tractor versus how many cool things you can do on one. Yeah, you can dig, you can do a billion different things with a tractor, but those videos only take 15 seconds, 30 seconds, right? But the ones that tell you how you can get yourself hurt, maimed, or killed, those videos be like 15 minutes to 30 minutes long or more. Those are the ones that I watch. And those are the ones that really put the reality in my head that I am literally driving a tank. This is a freaking tank with the torque of a tank that you think as long as you sitting in this seat, you ain't gonna get hurt. You think long as you're just in there, you're not gonna get hurt. But let me tell you something right now. You sitting in this seat, the torque is so great that this whole thing, if I was pulling that RV right there and that RV got stuck, this thing could torque back because it's not gonna stop. It could torque back, flip back on me and crush me. You didn't think that. It, like in a car, you think the wheels gonna just spin in the car. You're gonna lose traction, and the wheels gonna spin. These wheels ain't gonna spin. These wheels are gonna torque this whole tractor up and back and roll over me. And if you don't think of that, and if you don't watch a whole real video, you'll never think of that. You will just think you could just pull this RV with no problem and just pull it to wherever you want to pull it to. You think you could chain it to this house and just start ripping it down or whatever. No, you also think that you can drive this tank. You think you can drive this tank 20, 30 miles an hour on this bumpy terrain, right? Here's the problem with that. You don't realize there is no suspension on there. There's no shocks, shock absorbers. There are no springs. There are no things that level your doggone while you going. This is not a car. This is a freaking tank. This is a war machine, and you are inflicting war on your farm. And if you don't pay attention to the longer videos and learn from reading a freaking book, you will think you could just crank this up as high and as fast as it'll go and just take off, and you good. On rough and bumpy terrain, uphills, this thing will kill you. Period. And I'm glad I'm here because I'm using this as an example. I'm sitting here and I figured out a couple things. I need to change my transmission fluid. I need to change my oil. I bought a good tractor, and it's just a few little maintenance things that you need to do before you get to work. Because I know everybody like, hey, Led, why ain't you starting the pond yet? Why ain't you starting to clean the land yet? Because I need to take care of my tool first. And to take care of my tool, I have to learn about the tool, or I'll hurt myself or ruin my tool. And if something happens to this, you ain't just gonna get behind this and push this nowhere. Wherever this lay its hat is his home, okay? Wherever this ends up stopping at, that's it. Ain't no moving this after it stopped. So I was coming out here to put my tractor under my carport because it may rain today and I don't want it to keep getting wet. I got this bag over the stick shift because the boot got a little hole in it and I don't want no more moisture getting into my transmission because I see a little bit of moisture in there. But how do I know that? Because I had to teach myself. I had to teach myself because nobody is teaching you. And here's the other thing that you may have to teach yourself too, because maybe you may purchase something that's outdated or out of age where people would even have any information on it in the first place, right? So I have to do digging, reading. When I say almost historical research for this, because it's old, that's what you got to do. And if you don't teach yourself and teach your kids how to move and maneuver through this new world, we screwed. How many people you'll want to dig well water? You want to dig on your land for well water. You don't know how. You don't know what to get. You don't know what the first thing you got to do. But you're wasting time asking people all over the place what you should do instead of just going out there and trying to pull it off yourself. Just go out there and just try to start figuring it out yourself. I'm out here looking at all of this and I said, I'm gonna do a video because as much research as I've been doing, no video has told me what I need to know about this vehicle or this machine. Nobody. So I had to do some reading. I had to do some digging. It's almost like I feel like a freaking archaeologist because I'm digging up research and points on this machine, right? So this is my point to everybody. If you're trying to find land, if you're trying to start a homestead, if you're trying to raise livestock, if you're trying to elevate, if you're trying to get rid of financial debt and financial burden, nobody out here wants to tell you how to do any of that without them getting paid. You are better off trying to figure this out yourself. And once you do a little bit yourself, whatever you can't do, then you have the professionals do it. You're always going to come out cheaper. If you just say, I don't know what's wrong with my tractor, take it in and do whatever you got to do to it to make it run great. Okay, this dude, you ain't never looked at your tractor, you don't know nothing about it. This dude can come back and tell you it's gonna cost you $20,000 to fix this tractor. You like, okay, fix the tractor, I'll find the money. You don't even realize all he about to do is change the fluids on the tractor. The tractor, this tractor runs better than some of these newer tractors. But he know that, you don't. So he's going to make it so he want to keep you stupid. If he can keep you stupid, he can keep himself paid, right? So he gonna tell you $5,000. We got to do, making up word. We got to change the manipulator of valve press and all of this shit. Some, lying. He ain't about to do nothing but go under there and change the oils and the filters on this machine, and he gonna let it sit in that shop for 2 weeks. And every time you call and say, is y'all done, they're gonna say, well, it was a little more difficult than we thought, so we be in here, we waiting on parts. He was done with your vehicle in the first hour you dropped it off. He changed your fluids, changed your oils, and changed your filters, and he was done. And he robbing you for 5 stacks, and you don't even, or better, and you don't even know. They do the same thing with cars. If you are not in a way right now where you're ready to learn and teach yourself anything, you are screwed. I ain't no two ways to say it. You're screwed. Because in this world that we're in right now, in this climate, political climate, they're trying to make rules and laws, so they don't want to help you do nothing. Like nothing. Not only do we don't want to help you, we also want to make it harder for you. They're showing you in your face, not only do we not want to help you or plan on giving you any help or assistance, we also want to make your life freaking miserable. In that world, and people are still sitting around waiting for help. Nobody's trying to figure anything out. Everybody is sitting. Now, let's keep it real. Everybody is sitting idle, watching the news, praying for a miracle that something snaps and changes the trajectory of this situation. Don't act like you ain't, because I am. Only difference between me and a lot of other people, I'm not sitting around just waiting, watching the news and hoping for a change of trajectory in the economy. I'm not. The more I watch, the more I say, get up. Like today. Today, I got up. I was sitting there drinking my coffee. I was halfway done with my coffee. And then I heard the wind blow in. And I said, oh my, it might be raining. Let me go move the tractor. Oh my God, I got clothes on the line. Look at this. Look at this. I told you I did my laundry last night. Don't look at my drawers. I only got one set of drawers out there anyway. I washed the rest yesterday. But they're still on the line right now because the humidity caught them and got them back moist. And now I'm waiting. Now the wind is blowing again, drying them back off, okay? So who's going to tell you how to wash clothes? I'm not sitting around waiting. I got my ass up. I can make coffee any time of the day I want to. Everyday life of the OCD chick. How you doing? I seen that. I'm glad I looked up. I can make coffee all day. Man, get your butt up. Put this tractor under there so you don't get that transmission no more moist until you get the oils changed. Get these clothes off the line before it rains and everything else. I've already woke up, fed all the pigs, fed all the chickens, fed all the quails, got them all water. I did my morning chores for that to take care of my livestock. But hey, you ain't about to sit in here all damn day. And then just to wait till it start raining or something and listen to the metal smack the roof like I was about to say something that ain't gonna work. But you understand what I'm saying? Everybody, you're waiting to the perfect time to garden. You It's people that won't even start a freaking garden because they saying, I'm not sure how to do it. I'm not sure how to plant no seeds in the dirt. I'm not quite sure. So I'm gonna watch a few more videos. I'm gonna go over here and watch the OCDist chick, and I'm gonna go over here and watch T-Nog, and I'm gonna go over here and watch all of these gardeners and see if I can figure out how to plant this seed in the dirt. Then another year goes by. Then another year goes by. Then another season, another year, another season. You got a big box of seeds that you keep collecting like baseball cards, but you ain't did anything with it because you're waiting for the right content creator to hold your hand and go out there and say, and talk to you like a little baby. Are you ready? We can do this together. Come on. That's right. Dig the little hole. Bullshit. Nobody's coming to teach you anything. You gotta listen, people like Led, man, you started this video out, man, talking about planting onions, and now we talking about pumpkin head again. What just happened? What you waiting on me to teach you how to plant a damn watermelon and some okra for? You need to stop watching everybody, waiting for somebody to hold your hand. Take your ass outside and dig a hole, put a seed, or plant a damn tree and walk away. I can even tell you this, again, just like the tractor. You do most of it yourself, but then when you finally can't go no further and you need the professionals, go to the professionals, but it's always going to cost you less. There is no difference between maintenance on a tractor or a car and the damn garden. Go out there and try it yourself first, and if it's failing, then consult with the professionals. You come to me and T-Nog and Everyday Life of OCD is Chicken, Hands in the Dirt, and all the rest of them. Then what you end up doing is now you have substance. See, this is the problem. And people be like, boy, Led sure done got mean over the years. He ain't the same. I sure wish I missed the old Led. You know what? The old Led is gone. Because the old Led didn't have to deal with the bullshittery of people and the fads and all of that stuff. See, them days is gone where I didn't have to deal with people asking these weirdo questions. Where you live at? What side of the house is your door on? How late do you keep your lights on? Shit like that. That's weird, son. If you don't know, now you know. That's weird. Them kind of questions is weird. You know what I mean? What exactly do you do with your zucchini? What? So yeah, that Lead Farmer 73 from back 10 years ago, he's gone because you know where he at? He back there with those people that was asking real questions and was conveying real information. This new world of YouTube and social media, I'm this dude now because you're that kind of person watching me now, asking those kind of questions. Where exactly do you live? Can you give me the coordinates on the map? That type shit is asked to me every day. So yeah, that Led, he resting right now, and he's waiting on those viewers to come back that were asking normal, decent questions. Now, when I talk about questions with substance, right? Some of this stuff you see I breeze right past. I don't answer. I'm not gonna go back and forth with people. And this is why. Because if you go out there yourself and try it yourself, now you have some experience on what the content creator is talking about. So when you ask a question, your question will start like, hey, listen, I grabbed the seed. I had the seeds for like 2 years, put them in the dirt, and I half-ass watered them, and really ain't nothing came up in 2 weeks. See how that question just changed? That's the kind of question I want to start trying to answer, because it sounds like you doing it yourself, and now I can just give you tidbits to help you move further. I'm not gonna hold your hand and say, I bought me a whole bunch of packs of seeds 2 years ago. What should I do with them? I could tell you what you should do with them. If you bought seeds 2 years ago and you still haven't used any, and you just got them in a big old box waiting on me to help, I can tell you what to do with your seeds, and they might germinate better. Okay, instead of putting them in the ground, you can put them right up in the compost hole, if you dig what I'm saying, because you're the kind of person that you're wasting people's time and energy. You want things done for you. You're not trying to do anything. Nobody's out here going to teach you anything, and frankly, nobody is going to waste their precious time trying to hold a grown-ass person's hand. You got to get out here and get it yourself. And if you ain't never, see now, what's the saying that these kids say now? Get it how you live, right? Man, stop saying that corny crap and actually live by it. Because right now, that's what this is. Get it how you live. You better get out here and get it. Stop waiting on people to figure. Let me back something up to you. When I was in high school, I made a big mistake. That mistake was every year I waited for the school to make my schedule every quarter or every semester. I didn't make my own schedule. I just, whatever they gave me. You understand? When I was in high school, whatever you gave me, I'll just go to the damn classes. I'm just trying to graduate. I don't care what subjects you give me. That was one of the biggest mistakes I have ever made in my entire life, because I let somebody else control the outcome of my situation. I let that high school control how or what kind of adult I was going to become, or what kind of situations I was going to be able to be put in, because somebody's going to look at that transcript and see that, yeah, I just got a whole bunch of bullshit subjects that I passed, right? Okay, it dawned on me my senior year, my junior year, when all of the classes was taken, and then they put me in a what was that? A reading class, right? They put me in a reading class for people that can't read. And I went to the class the first day. Now, this story really, really resonates with what I'm saying about everything. I went to the class the first day, and they said, okay, Led, you can read the first paragraph. I read the paragraph. The teacher did this. I'll never forget this. She did this. Matter of fact, her name was Debbie Smith. She did this. She wrote something down. And then she said, can you read the next paragraph? I read the next paragraph. She said, can you stay after class? I would like to talk to you. Okay, no problem. So then she says, okay, I'm going to call the girl. I ain't going to say no name because everybody going to think that I'm talking about them. Little girl, young lady, okay, you read the next paragraph. And when I heard that little girl reading like, well, the how you say that? How do you pronounce that? Right? Okay. She said it starts with a C. Sound it out. Sound it out. No, no, it doesn't make the sh sound. It doesn't make the s sound. It makes the k. K. Do it with your mouth. K, k. And I said, uh, is she? Maybe I'm lost in the book, but is she trying to sound out cat? Led. That's no. Don't we don't want to hear anything else from you. Okay, this is the first day, and I'm here to tell you I'm not going to do this with you all year or anybody else or everybody. If you have something to say, I'm sending you out. Nobody's making fun of anybody. I said, what? I'm not making fun of nobody. I'm thinking I'm lost in the doggone book, because where I left off, the next word is cat. So is she there, or what page are we on? Right? So everybody looking at me all like he acting like his pinky out. Kind of. Once I realized they put me in a reading program for people that have a reading disability, I went and stayed after class, talked to the teacher, and the teacher said, listen here, why are you here? I said, they put me here. Who put you here? I guess the school. For what? How you were here, up here in language arts. How are you now here in this reading? I said, I don't know. That's just what they did. Come to find out, went down to the counselor, found out that there was no more openings for all these other classes, so they just stuck me any damn where, right? So here I am. Now I got to ride out this whole school year in this class where I don't belong. So on my transcript somewhere is me acing the reading disability class. So imagine, you ain't getting into Harvard like that. Even if you aced, okay, you honors, even if you aced the reading disability class, say goodbye to Yale and Harvard. That's not happening. You dig what I'm saying? So if you don't get out there and do things for yourself and set yourself on the right course that you want to be on, the world is going to put you wherever the hell they feel that you need to be. This world is going to put you where they feel like they prefer you to be. Not where you need to be for you and your journey, but they feel like, you know what, it ain't enough room for you to be great. Just stick him over there. Have him doing something. So where did I end up? Okay, instead of me going to college right out of high school, I end up being a factory worker. I'm not saying that's bad, but that is not really where I wanted to go. But when they look at your GPA and your transcripts and everything else and see all that kind of shit where, hey, you was in the reading disability class, yeah, ain't nobody really quick to give you no scholarships. Even though me trying to explain myself, I have no reading disability. They put me in that class. So when I say they put me in the class and they say who, I say my school. The next question for them that makes me look stupid is, why didn't you stop that? Why did you allow this? Why did you have your school making your schedule? You know you're supposed to, it's called a schedule. You're supposed to make your own schedule, right? So I always remember that, and I use that as my own life experience examples of, hey man, don't let life pick things for you. Because life is going to put you wherever it has an opening at. You have to start guiding yourself on your own path and your own journey, and you have to start teaching yourself and just doing, and then the professional will help you finish the job. You understand what I'm saying? You start the process, and the professional will help you finish the job. I don't know another way to say this. I'm sitting out here and said, man, I love this tractor. I love it. I refuse to even call a tractor repair shop or anything to change my fluids. I'm going to do it first myself. And if I get stuck or I can't quite figure out the rest of this process, that's when you call in the pros. But it's not going to cost you more money because you've already did 2/3 of the job or more, right? That's how I do my stuff, man. From here on out, it's so many people that's scared to go purchase land because they don't know how. They don't know what they're doing. And they just use that. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'll just wait for somebody to teach me what's the first steps on buying land. I don't know how to garden, so I'm gonna wait for somebody to come to my freaking house. Oh. Now I'm gonna say that. There was this guy about, I'm gonna say about 8 years ago. I'm not gonna call his name. This dude wanted me to come to his house. I can't make this up. It's a true, listen, I have proof. I even have the not just screenshots, but what is it, screen recordings of this dude. This is a grown ass man now, wanted me to come to his house and teach him word for word, line for line on how to grow his own garden. He refused to start himself. Now I went and I got the emails too. I emailed this dude back and forth and telling him, well, you can just start right here, son. It's easy. You just do this first. This dude was like relentless on, I'm too scared. I don't quite know what to do. Now, okay, now you making me scared because if you don't know how to dig a hole in the ground and put a seed in it, now you making me scared. I don't want to be dealing with that. So he just bombards me with these emails and constantly, man, I need some help. Is you gonna help me or not? Uh-oh. You got daddy problems, son. You got daddy issues, boy. This ain't got nothing to do with me. You want daddy to come and wipe your boo-boo? Oh no. So I didn't respond to this dude no more. Because I'm like, this dude is lightweight, off his rocker. If he think I'm gonna come over here and literally hold his hand and dig holes with him and plant seeds, no. Do you know, true story, this dude gets so mad with me, he joins up with another dude on YouTube that was like downing me and trying to dog me or whatever. And like, yeah, he didn't even come to my house and help me. I said, oh my God, this dude is really, that's your argument? Your whole argument, he don't even be coming to my house and helping me. He said he was going to help me. I did, boy. I helped you, boy. I helped you on the internet, watching my videos, and I helped you through email. You didn't pick your ass up and go out there and do nothing for yourself. You waiting on me? No, see, it sound like you waiting on your daddy to come home. He went out for a pack of cigarettes and ain't come back. You got some other kind of mental issues. That ain't got nothing to do with me. All right? I'm Lead Farmer 73, a content creator on YouTube. I ain't your daddy. I'm not your uncle. We have no DNA ties. And frankly, the way you hounded me like this, it almost like you want me to come to your house so you could put me in a refrigerator box in a bunch of pieces. I don't want to end up on First 48. You got me stuck. So yeah, you scaring the hell out of me, boy. So right there, he goes online and start talking about me. And his only argument, everybody had their own little set of rules and arguments why they don't like me. That was fine. This dude, all he could say is he wouldn't even help me. He said he would help me. What kind of man won't come and help you if he say he gonna help you? You looking for your daddy. You looking for your daddy. You ain't looking for no help from me. You looking for your daddy, and I ain't no damn private investigator. You need, instead of contacting me, you need to go hire a private investigator. You understand? So I don't deal with folks like that. This dude, and it went on for years. Listen, this dude was on it for at least 2 to 3 years. And he finally just, I guess he finally found a big brother, big brother, little sister, whatever, you know, that program. Maybe he got a big brother, got in the big brother program, and he left me the hell alone. But I was like, man, but these are the people we dealing with today. If you're not going to get out there and at least try yourself and start yourself, stop wasting other people's time. Stop wasting other people's time. You dig what I'm saying? Get out there. Put in some effort. And when you get stuck and when you get stopped by something you're not sure about, then come to the professionals and ask for help. Because when you say, I've started this, I've done this, I did that, I started that, but I can't quite figure this out, man, I'm more than glad to help you. Because you out there getting it, and you just missing one missing link that I can probably help you with. But for the most part, people are just sitting on their couch watching YouTube videos, watching us, living vicariously through us, and say, wish I could do that. I really want to do that. Sure wish I could do that. While you watch the time go by, and for some reason ain't nobody ever in tune with the power of time. Time is passing you by. You getting older, you getting fatter, you getting weaker as time go by, to the point where you like, I can't do like I used to do. I can't move like I used to. Can't bend like I used to do. Oh, this hand got carpal tunnel in it. You gonna sit around on your couch until your hand is crumbled up always like you about to throw a baseball at somebody. You can't do nothing like this. You know what I mean? So I came out here, y'all, to tell you, if you don't know, ain't nobody about to help you do anything. Stop waiting on people to help you so much. Instead of wanting your hand held, ask for guidance. You started the journey and maybe you got off the beaten path. Maybe you just need somebody to knock you back on the path. You don't need nobody to tell you which way to go. See, that's the difference. You just need somebody to say, there go the sun. You want to keep going north. No, you're waiting on somebody to say, go that way. Go this way. And I'm going to tell you something else about people that won't act for themselves and waiting on somebody to tell them how to act and which direction they should go in their life. I'm going to tell you this. Them kind of people end up in cults. Them kind of people that won't get up and do nothing for themselves, and they're looking for somebody to hold their hand and tell them what they should be doing in their life. Those people ends up in freaking cults and being guided and led by any lunatic that, oh, I got the time to. Imagine this. If I wanted to be a cult leader, I would have went to that boy house and held his little hand like he ended up doing with another dude. Hold your hand, and now, for some reason, now you paying me money. You doing everything I want you to do. You my little puppet boy. I don't think no man should be like that. So I wouldn't want him like that. This other guy did though, see? His only gripe. Them people right there end up in freaking cult followings and will do anything that master tells them to do. Anytime. And you will watch it unfold like, man, this is weird. If you don't get your ass up and go try to figure things out and figure life out for yourself on how to move forward through this, especially this new world, man, you lost in the sauce, boss. Bars. I don't know nothing about no quail. I don't know nothing about no pigs. I don't know nothing about no tractor. Why do I got pigs? Why do I got quails? And why do I got a tractor? Because I need them. So I'm going to learn how to make them work for me. I'm going to learn everything I need to learn about them and become proficient in everything I need. So now I can move forward and be better, be productive. But me waiting on somebody to come back here and say, so, what exactly should I do with these pigs? How exactly do you butcher a pig? How exactly do you change the oil on a tractor? How many quails should I have in a cage? Man, I'm about to figure it out because ain't nobody answering with straight questions unless it's in a 15-second or 30-second video that's full of garbage and weird music, right? So my plan is I'm going to jump on this tractor and I'm going to pull it into this carport because I don't want it getting wet. But I'm not going to do it at this very second because I don't want my dog to get hurt because she's out here. And what I am learning is, man, don't have nobody on this thing with you for no reason. For no reason. Matter of fact, let's get on the good foot. Come here. Put you up here first. I done got better at my little dance move to get up here. Come here. You gotta do a little soft shoe to get up here. Okay, do I have any questions so far? Anybody? Anything? I got a lot going on out here, and doggone it, I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I'm amped. If you plan on surviving through this mess that we going through, man, you better get your butt up. You better get your butt up and do something. Do something. There's so many people out here that's doing something, and there's a lot of people out here ain't doing nothing. Nothing. Waiting. They're waiting for something good to happen. And I'm like, man, how long here's my thing. If you sitting here waiting on something good to happen, what's your time limit? I'm not gonna knock people that's waiting on good to happen for the tables to turn on this. But my question is, what's your time limit? How long do you plan on waiting? Another quick story, really quick. When I was younger, and I used to have to catch the bus everywhere I wanted to go to school or go hang out at the mall, the bus that I had came every 15 minutes to 30 minutes to an hour, right? At certain days, just say the bus comes every 30 minutes. Okay, I got here and no bus came in 30 minutes. Every 30 minutes on the hour. Okay, I sat here for a whole hour, another bus never came. Now, am I gonna sit here and waste my whole damn day while my friends is at the mall hanging out, having fun at the arcade? Or am I gonna stand here and look stupid, waiting for a bus that's never gonna come because I don't know it's been in an accident somewhere? Or am I just gonna start walking in the direction of the mall? It will take me longer to get to the mall when I'm walking, but I will get there. And I'll get a chance to hang out with my friends, even if it's not for that long. I'll get a chance to hang out with my friends. But if I sit here on my ass at this bus stop and keep waiting for this bus that has missed 2 or 3 different intervals, I'm definitely not going to go to the mall today. right? So that's how I live my life. I'll wait for a minute. I'll hang out for a minute. But if I'm not seeing any action or production, man, I'm going to move on. I'm going to just start moving towards my goal. I'm not going to just sit here and wait for my goal to happen. I'm going to start moving and walking towards my goal, just like I did with that bus. And you know what you end up finding? Once you start moving and walking towards your goal, just like walking to the mall, you end up seeing another bus line that you can jump on that's going to go ahead and get you there. But you got to just walk to that other bus stop that's going to get you to the mall. So if you start walking on your own towards your goal, you might meet somebody like me or somebody else here on YouTube that's going to carry you the rest of the way. And they're going to be happy and proud to help you because you've already started the journey towards your goal. We have no problem helping you once you start, but people to say, I don't know nothing. I just watched you like 3 times and I thought it was cool and now I want to do it. Nobody got time for that, man. Nobody got time for that. If you want to get in a professional boxing match, do you think you could just walk in off the street with no conditioning, no training, and then go up against Mike Tyson? Do you think that's going to work? That's life. That's life right there. That's not going to work. You're going to come in off the street. I don't care how good of shape you think you in. You getting in the ring fresh off the street up against Mike Tyson, which is like the world, and he's going to shred you like cheddar cheese. So that's how I look at it, man. Nobody's going to help us do anything no more. Nobody even wanted to. Listen, think about this. Nobody's coming to teach you and help you do anything. So much, I got proof that they ain't. That proof is they are literally burning books of knowledge. So you don't find out how to help yourself. Come on with it. Tell me I'm lying when I ain't. Tell me I'm lying when I ain't. They are literally making it illegal for you to purchase or read certain books of knowledge. This is reality. That's our reality now. The only thing that can come true from burning books and stopping educational courses is foolishness. The only thing that can come out of that is dumbing down the people, dumbing down the society, and not letting you know who you are, what you are, where you came from, and how you can move forward without so many doggone pitfalls and obstacles. They are literally right now banning books, burning books, and making it illegal if you are caught with certain books. Tell me I'm lying when I ain't. If you don't believe me, just go look. That's why I'm telling you, ain't nobody coming to teach you nothing. They want you to come to them so they can tell you what they want you to know. They want you to know only certain things like lies and fables, that and conspiracies. That's all they want you to learn. Whatever makes them superior over top of you. So, do I have any questions at all? And then I'm gonna start fumbling around with this tractor. I wanna really, before I get into doing any real work with my tractor, I really truly do wanna service it first. I just got it. I already don't know much about it, but I don't want to ruin it because I'm just so happy to have it, right? And trying to be a little patient. I did a little digging, had a little fun, and then I said, let me go out here and check these fluids. Why? Because I learned. I bought a book about tractors, and it's telling me about the maintenance. And that part, when I went out buying a tractor, I didn't think about. You got to maintain it just like a car. You got to change them fluids. You got to grease them gears. You got to grease them joints. If not, you're going to have a big, giant, 2-ton piece of crap. Big, giant paperweight. And that ain't what I bought this for, right? Any questions, y'all? Say that's why our history was passed down verbally. Where did you get your cages for the animals to keep them in? From Tractor Supply. Those are the best coops to me on the market. The best coops is called Producer's Pride 8x8 cages. Those are the sturdiest, most affordable coops on the market, if you ask me. And they come with metal roofs, so even if you get a fox or a coyote that can jump up there, they still can't get in. I'm really kind of wanting it to rain because I don't want to use all of my water sources. I do want the rain to water my garden. Precious say, yes, they are the best cages ever. Absolutely. And listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I got four big ones, two small ones, and I want four more to go in front of these. Because I'm gonna hook a bunch of them together. If you do that, you'll still come out cheaper than buying a big giant or building a big giant chicken coop. You'll still come out cheaper. If I keep catching them on sale, if that even happens again now with these tariffs, I'm gonna keep buying them 2x2 or whatever I can afford. Say I was on Amazon looking for the quality. You ain't gonna find them on Amazon. You gotta go to Tractor Supply. That's their brand. Edward says, I'm renting a place on 11 acres. I hope to buy it. I begun homesteading. Uh-oh, Edward, brother, listen. Edward, you say you're renting a place on 11 acres. I hope to buy it. I've begun homesteading. Edward, man, listen, don't put too much money in that. I hate to say this to you, man. Don't invest too much money in some land that you're renting. Don't do it. You're hoping to buy it? Man, don't put too much investment in that. I'm going to say this, and this is my word. Get your experience, get some knowledge, learn how to run a homestead or learn how to run a farm. But man, don't invest a whole bunch of equipment and all that stuff and structures and stuff on that land. Don't do it. Don't do a whole bunch of clearing on that land or nothing, because clearing land costs money. Man, don't do it, bro. And the reason I say that is it's not yours. It's not guaranteed. So you'll end up putting all of that work in, and then, man, somebody come and snatch it from up under you. You want to buy it for a certain price of what you think is worth. But if that man that owns that land can get double that price from somebody that wanted more than you, man, he gonna sell it to them. And then you shit out of luck. You sitting here looking like, wait a minute, I've been here for 10 years. I put in all this work. I put in all this infrastructure. I did all this clearing of the land. I did all this logging. And then turn around, man, all your hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of effort and work, man, just fall to the wayside. My brother, I'm not going to pretend that that's a good idea. I'm going to say no to that. I'm going to say no. I promise you. And listen, I'm going to tell you this. The reason why I'm telling you this, because I know from experience. I don't even want to talk about that situation, but I know from experience. Okay? Let me see. Rhea says, right. I seen that happen twice after my family member made the property better. Yes. Black Beekeeper said, bro, you got me looking at a tractor right now, a Kubota 2550. Man, I've been wanting one for years. Say that cage is $6.99 now. Yeah, I believe it. Tariffs. I don't know why everybody's surprised about these tariff prices. Everybody keeps saying, Led, that ain't how it work. Tariffs ain't gonna do this. Okay, go to the store. Don't listen to me, just go to the store. But let me see what that, hold on. You want to hear, and I always tell this story, and I tell this story for a reason. This land right here is where this happened to a whole nother man that he didn't own jack. Somebody had this land. He thought he bought it. They scammed him out of it, and then they sold it to me. So everything I just told you, man, it happens all the time. I wouldn't, I wouldn't, I wouldn't go no further than setting up a tent on that rented land. That's about as far as I would go. I wouldn't put no shed on it. I wouldn't dig no well. I wouldn't do nothing on that another man's land. Uh, Precious says, make a friend at Tractor Supply that works there. Family discount. That's how I got mine. But the prices still, the tariffs done went up. I don't, unless you sleeping with the manager, that you ain't getting that price. I got them for $3.99. You ain't getting that price no more, no time soon. They would always have sales on like Memorial Day sales and stuff like that. They ain't doing it no more. Now with all this trade war crap, they ain't doing that. So do I got any questions on anything that I just said? Anything? Like for instance, this land, man. Can you imagine? Can you imagine this man, this whole big clearing that you see here, he did that with his bare hands. He didn't have a logging crew come in here and clear this. He literally cut all these trees down with a chainsaw and a tractor. He chainsaw and he stumped it with a tractor. And it wasn't even his, man. He literally probably put in, oh my God, at least $60,000 worth of work, man. At least $60,000 of work and clearing, and then turn around and build this structure that probably cost him another $20,000. This haunted house, man. You do all of that and set this up to be living here for the rest of your life, and then somebody come and tell you that don't belong to you. All I see is a prison sentence. I'm surprised he let people live. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll make a strong man snap. You put in all this work, and then all of a sudden somebody tell you you are not the father of this land. First, next on the first 48. That's how that next scene would go for me. Join us for Crime Watch TV. Edward said, I talked to the owner and he's open to self if my money is right. Oh, open to sell if my money is right. Edward, I wouldn't do nothing until money is exchanged. My brother, take it from another brother that's been there. I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't take one step forward besides probably digging a garden. Trust me, man. Don't take that man's word. His words don't mean nothing. I don't care if you know the owner. I don't care if the owner of the land is your brother, your daddy. It don't matter, man. Listen, the only thing means something in this world right now is signatures and numbers, bro. Signatures and numbers, man. Me shaking your hand don't mean me and you gonna be best friends forever. Me shaking your hand don't mean I'm not gonna back up on you on a deal. You know what I'm saying? Plain and simple, man. I don't, please, bruh, not for me, for you. Don't, I'm not saying fall for that, because I'm not saying the man trying to trick you, but I'm saying don't trust that. Don't trust that, man. Don't trust that situation. I promise you don't do it. Because you will probably end up telling your story of being one of those dudes that got. If you don't have anything, any documentations, any paperwork, and some signatures, and some lawyers seconding this, man, don't do it. Don't do it. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Listen, you could tell me whatever you want to, but you ain't gonna change my mind on that. I'm saying don't do it, man. Please, because you gonna be heartbroken, man. If no, let me see. If no legal documentation is registered, it's not real. Amen to that. And I'm gonna tell you another one too. Um, he might say he gonna let you buy the land and everything else, and then turn around and you actually able to buy the land. You don't know if this land has been. You got to do a title search and see if it's any other mortgages or any other thing, liens and stuff on this piece of property. You got to see if he actually owns the property, man. I promise you, man. You're going off of a man's word, which in 2025 don't really hold a lot of water. Ain't no way in piping hot hell I would believe a man tell me I could just go and just set up shop on some land and maybe down the line we can. Don't do that. Don't. My wife is a real estate agent. Well, part of what she does do real estate. And I'm telling you how many horror stories that she has told me. Don't do it, man. The horror stories. Don't do it. Okay? I don't want to hold y'all here all day. I just wanted to come in. I might even come in again later on. Cause my clothes back there drying properly. You see them, Tay and Wayne, Tay and Wayne. My clothes is back there. Like, if anybody could tell me what movie that was, I want to see that. A Tay and Wayne, like a Tay and Wayne. If you could tell me what movie that came from, put it in the comments below. All right. I'm gonna go and get my clothes off and put this tractor under here, and I ain't gonna hold y'all no longer. But just please believe me. Ain't nobody coming to help us do anything, man. Ain't nobody coming to teach us do anything. Let me see. Hey, Led, have you personally heard of anyone having luck with USDA loans for their personal piece of land? I've never heard of any of that. So I can't speak on it. Ha! Who said that? Girl, Dad, it sound like Pootie Tang though, don't it? But nope. Wait. Jay Coffee, you was right. Who was this? Willand said Little Rascals. It kind of do sound like buckwheat. Nope, Miss Beekeeper got a second because my man just bowed out. Yes, Nail, right. Nail did it. That wasn't alfalfa or buckwheat. Nope, that was the movie Nail, and that was what's her name? Talk like George W. Bush. What's her name? Talk like George W. Bush. They played in Silence of the Lambs. Clarice. I can't think of her name right this very second. Poor little Clarice. What's her name? Said somebody said living the dream, said no USD loans. You don't want the government in your business. Jodie Foster. Jodie Foster was Nail in that movie. I tell you in the wind. That's the only time she wasn't talking like God dang George W. Any other time she sound like George W. Bush. She move her head while she's talking, just like George W. Bush. God dang on Jodie Foster. Jodie Foster Bush is what they should call her. Living the dream says no USD loans. You don't want the government in your business. You want to know something? I'm not gonna say that because the government is in your business no matter what. But when you start applying for that kind of stuff, now you owe the government something besides taxes. You know what I'm saying? They ain't giving you anything. They want something. Like, I really want a high tunnel, but I'm going to pay for that high tunnel. I don't want to have anything to do with following your rules, regulations. I got to have it at a certain size that you want me to have to apply for this program, to get the loan, to blah, 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 blah. Everybody that's gotten a high tunnel through those programs, there are criteria that you have to follow. And if you don't, you might not want no damn 50-foot long structure on your land. But if that criteria says you have to have it at least 50 feet to be eligible for this, then that's what you got to do. I have no plans on being part of that. Yeah, right. And you know something else? Certain restrictions. Here's one for you. And I'm glad y'all bringing this up. When I was going and looking at tractors, every person I went to a dealership for a tractor, you know what they also said? They said, "Do you got timber on your land?" I said, "Yeah." "How many acres you got?" I said, one, and it's full of timber. But they said, "So okay, you qualify for this certain kind of uh, exemption, and you get taxes off of your tractor, and the price goes down if you apply for this when we apply for a loan, you put this into it and agriculture and blah blah blah, and it take off like 5, 10,000." I was like, no, no. Anything that had anything to do with I need to ask the government to throw me a few coins just so I could do my thug thizzle, I can wait. I'm glad I never even got no loan for no tractor, because I just didn't want. I didn't. It ain't necessarily me wanting them in my business. I don't want them telling me what to do. You understand? I don't want you coming here telling me you can't do this, you gotta do that, and blah blah bloop. Uh, I can go home for that. I got a whole house. So it's existing permanent resident on rural land. So it's for existing permanent residents on rural land. I don't know. What's up, Rucker Homestead? How you doing, brother? I just don't want people to make this mistake. Please don't, man. And I know people want land really bad, but do you want land so bad that you will sell your soul for it? That's the difference. Are you willing to sell your soul for land? Are you willing to sell your soul to Homestead? I could have sold my soul and bought me a brand spanking new tractor. And you got to start thinking about, when you do this, who else is it going to hurt? Because it's going to hurt you, whether you want to believe it or not. But who else will it affect? It's going to affect my wife. It's going to affect my children. It's going to affect my home and my homestead, because that's money being taken out of those things and away from those people, just so I can have a tractor that I don't personally need, because I'm not using it every single day. I'm not an agricultural farmer. So I'm not using it to make money, and I had to weigh those options. How bad do I need a tractor? Is it making me money? No. Am I an actual farmer where I got to get on this tractor every single day and make a living? No. So, okay, I needed to do a bunch of jobs around my homestead when I feel like doing them. That's not making me no money. It's not making no dollars, no cents. So, do I want to pay almost $30,000 for a tractor that I'm going to use sparingly? No. That's insane. No, I would not do that. I wanted to, but I had to weigh my options, like, what am I really doing with this tractor? And you sit and you really think. Now, my tractor been sitting here for 2 days. It sat over there for about 3. Basically, it sat over there by the shed since I got it. The only thing I've done was dig up a little piece of dirt over there and took it and put it in my driveway. What are your thoughts on leasing land like a 15, 20-year lease? Doesn't make sense. It depends on what you're doing with it. It depends on what you're doing with it. If you are leasing a land and you know it's a lease only, and you plan on using that land for agricultural reasons or whatever you plan on doing, it depends. It's no different than renting out or leasing a park for a family reunion, What are you going to use this land for 10 or 12 years? Is it going to make you money? I don't feel one way or the other about it. It just always, for farming, if you're going to lease out land for farming, I mean, depending on what you're farming and how much money you'll make, I don't feel one way or the other about it, because all of that depends. Because you can say for farming, but farming what? What's the goal? What's the plan? How much money is coming in? How much money is going out? Because here's the only problem I have with that. Leasing land to farm so you can sell produce and products, right? Here's the problem I have with that. If you can lease land, that means that land has probably been leased before. What did they use this land for before you got there? What kind of chemicals and toxins did they put in the soil to do whatever they did with that said land? Now, let's just say that didn't even exist, right? Now, you leased the land. Nobody has ever leased it before, right? Oh my God. Nobody has ever leased it before. Everything that you put into that land to do the farming, whether it's fertilizer, compost, chemicals, whatever you add into that soil to make that land richer and more vibrant, to grow what you need to grow, and you're spending tons of money to get that land to the where you want it to be. Because here's the thing, okay? When you purchase some land, just because not purchase, when you lease land, that doesn't mean that that land is going to be fertile enough to grow what you plan on growing. So what you have to do is come in just like a little garden. Think of this on a little garden scale. You have to change that soil structure into what you need it to be to grow what you plan on growing, okay? So if you're growing a crop that needs a lot of nitrogen, now you got to bring in tons of nitrogen to lease this land. You leasing this land, you got to bring in tons of nitrogen. Going to cost you a lot of money, right? No matter whether you're doing it organically or chemically, you got to bring in tons of nitrogen or every other element that you need in that soil. It's going to cost you tons of money. So what you're going to do, you're spending a lot of money. And see, it's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to your soil, as soon as you bring in all this nitrogen, your soil ain't going to just turn into black gold overnight. Transforming soil takes time. It takes years, if not decades. So you're going to lease a piece of land that you're not sure what the land is capable of. And then you have to learn the land and know where to plant and where to stay away from and what to plant where. That's going to take time and years. And then you just dumped a bunch of money in it. And the worst part is once you get that soil to a level where you could actually do some growing and actually profit from your produce and your products that you're growing, you realize that your lease is up. And you realize that this land don't even belong to you. You transform this land into black gold where you could stick a $10 bill in the ground and it'll sprout out a $100 bill, right? That's how good you got this soil, and all of a sudden, somebody tell you your lease is over and you got to go because I got some more people coming. You're going to give all that hard work and that transformation of that soil to a whole nother person, if not to the owner. Now, he see how good you just transformed this land for him. Now he gonna grow crops in your hard work, and he gonna, look, you've spent thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars to transform that land to make it grow any and everything, right? He don't want you to lease the land no more. Or you do something to break your lease, you're out of here. Now he's gonna come in with all your hundreds of thousands of dollars of hard work of transforming that land. He's gonna be able to grow in that for free. He's going to be growing crops on your $100,000 worth of work, and he's going to start selling it for free. That's my first raindrop, y'all. I got to go. I just got hit in the head with some rain. I got to go, y'all. Hey, listen, Lead Farmer 73, I wish I could go longer, but I do not want my tractor to do it. Lead Farmer 73, I love y'all, and I'm out.